Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store made the trip to Dallas for the launch press conference today. Delighted to be joined here. First time one-on-one, I think, Mr. Jake Paul. Jake, probably not as eventful as you would have hoped that press conference was, right?
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I thought he was going to bring something to the table. You know, he talks a lot of shit online but didn't have anything to say in person, to be honest. So, I didn't expect that from Nate Diaz because usually he wants to smoke. Usually he will say the things in person, but he was kind of dick riding, being respectful to me, which I thought that's cool, whatever. But like I'm here to see what you actually have to say because I'm talking shit online. And what about you? You're not gonna say anything to my face? Okay, so be it.
Jake, you brought up the 15 losses. I suppose that's a point that you also expected maybe to antagonise him. It didn't quite do so. I suppose overall you come into a fight like this on DAZN pay-per-view, someone like Nate Diaz who's always known for talking a good game, selling a good fight, not even that he would bite at.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, the guy seemed out of it. He didn't seem very present. Getting up to leave in the middle of the press conference to go pee. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I didn't think he was coming back, but I guess that's what we're dealing with here is this kid who doesn't seem to be all there.
Mike Lenardi, my former boss, I'd just like to add, I know that he's got the Prospect Series now on DAZN. I know that's something that you, Nikisa, the team are very, very proud of launching. I know as much as you like to do the crossover stuff, etc., you're very, very you concern about the pro guys and making these guys have a living with proper exposure. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, look, I think there's not been a major platform for young prospects to shine on. There's been some, you know, very, very good events here and there, but with most valuable prospects, we want to give the next generation of boxers the opportunity to shine on a major platform and to find the next Muhammad Ali's, Mike Tyson's, and to really give these young stars and hard workers in the sport an opportunity to make money, but to start off with a bang and hopefully grow their social media presence and grow their brand and names and reputation and maybe find some of the next talent that we want to sign to MVP.
Jake, on Nate, I believe it's the first Southpaw you've boxed as a professional fighter. Oh, no, it's not?
Anderson.
Oh, Anderson Silva, of course. Now, that is a mind slip. Okay, well, he's perfect experience in that. And thank you for not grilling me on the spot for that. Relish another opportunity against the Southpaw?
I love fighting Southpaws, interestingly enough. It just fits with my style really, really well. And so I'm excited to be going up against another Southpaw.
We know the PFL's intent. We know that they've got a deal with DAZN in Europe, and obviously they are becoming a powerhouse in the States and in the world of MMA. You've signed with them. Francis Ngannou is someone who's become a free agent. I know that there was a clever promo video that went out. Could you see yourself sort of communications for a rematch with Nate after this fight in the octagon? I know he sort of denied it and said, look, he wants to go back into UFC, but any possibility of it at all? I know that's something you would like to prove yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to fight Nate in MMA, definitely, and especially in the PFL. I think it would be a massive event. And he says he doesn't want to do it now, but I think once I stop him and embarrass him in the boxing ring and he sees the money that he makes from this event, he's going to want to run it back and see if he can get revenge.
Jake, Taylor Serrano obviously wasn't able to happen, and now Serrano fights Heather Hardy. Obviously, Katie Taylor fights Chantel Cameron next week, undisputed. Do we see a chance of this rematch being remade?
Yeah, it's got to happen. It's got to happen, and both ladies are down for it. And there's talks on the business side of things, and it's going to happen. It has to happen for the sport, and we're just figuring out all the details as we speak.
We know that you've got a lawsuit ongoing, or I don't know what the situation that is with Eddie Hearn. He still said that regardless of all of that, he still wants to work with you, work with the team at MVP. Do you have any update on that situation, and where are we at with that?
No update on this situation, okay. But we definitely both still want to work together for sure.
Okay, Jake, look, I know you're going to get questions about KSI all the time. I wasn't going to ask you until I said any questions for Jake or Nate, and KSI weirdly replied to my tweet. I don't know why. I'll read it out to you. He said, let's imagine KSI beats Joe Fournier on May 13 and then goes on to beat Tommy Fury at a later date. What does that make of Jake Paul's career? Does that mean Jake Paul will be remembered as the man who failed to beat a boxer in his boxing career? Once again, I'll reiterate KSI's words, not mine.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is living in this like fantasy world, and it's obviously just the start of my career. And so,
he's tweeting about Jake Paul in the middle of the fight.
yeah, he's saying like he's worried about me in the middle of my fight week from back there, which is true. This guy like clearly has an obsession with trying to tarnish my name and brand and reputation. But at the end of the day, fuck all that. Fuck all who didn't beat who, or I beat this guy who beat that guy. But he still doesn't want to talk about actually getting in the ring with me and making that happen. And there's just a bunch of games going on there. And so really man to man, he doesn't really want the smoke. And he can say all these things on Twitter, but that's all it's been is Twitter.
Okay, Jake, look, real pleasure. Thank you very much for your time as always.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.